Most people exhaust themselves trying to win through force. They fight harder, work longer, push until they break. But masters? Masters win through thought. Sun Tzu showed us 2,500 years ago that the greatest victories happen in the mind before they ever happen in reality. Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War as a military manual. But these aren't just rules for ancient battlefields. They're blueprints for modern life. For handling conflict. For navigating careers. For managing relationships. For building personal power. Because here's the truth, every day, you're in some kind of war. Against your habits. Against opposition. Against chaos. And most people are losing because they don't even know they're playing a strategic game. Today, I'm breaking down 7 rules that separate reactive people from strategic minds. Rule 1, know your enemy. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Let's be real. Most people never study what they're up against. They react. They guess. They hope. That's not strategy. That's gambling. What it really means asterisk. Understanding is power. Your enemy isn't always a person. It's the obstacle. The addiction. The fear. The market. The person trying to manipulate you. Whatever stands between you and your goal. How it shows up asterisk. You're negotiating a salary. Most people walk in blind. They don't research the company's budget, the industry standard, or the hiring manager's pressure points. They lose before they speak. A strategic mind. They spend hours researching. They know the company just lost a key employee. They know the role's been open for 3 months. They know the pain points. And they position themselves as the solution, not the applicant. The principle asterisk. Information is leverage. Whoever understands the situation better controls the outcome. Stop guessing. Start studying. Rule 2, know yourself. Knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom. Here's where most people sabotage themselves. They don't actually know their limits, their triggers, their strengths, or their weaknesses. They overcommit. They pick fights they can't win. They ignore their own patterns. What it really means asterisk. Self-awareness creates dominance. If you know exactly what you're capable of and what you're not, you stop making stupid decisions. How it shows up asterisk. Think about your last major failure. I bet it wasn't because you didn't try hard enough. It was because you didn't know yourself well enough. You said yes when you should have said no. You competed where you had no advantage. You ignored the warning signs your body and mind were giving you. I'll give you an example. Someone asks you to lead a project. Sounds good, right? Opportunity. But if you know yourself, you know you're terrible at managing people. Privacy is power. Silence is strength. Let people underestimate you. Then let your execution shock them. Rule 4, adaptation. Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground. The wise warrior adapts to the enemy. Rigid minds break. Flexible minds bend and win. What it really means asterisk. Your strategy should change based on the situation. What worked last year might not work now. What works with one person won't work with another. How it shows up asterisk. You're building a business. Your original plan was perfect. Except the market shifted. Customer behavior changed. A competitor innovated. Do you stick to the plan and go down with the ship? Or do you adapt? Most people have ego attached to being consistent. But consistency without adaptation is just stubbornness. Intelligent people pivot. They read the room. They adjust their approach. The principle asterisk. Adaptation isn't weakness. It's intelligence. The strongest strategy is the one that changes when reality demands it. Rule 5, Timing. He who knows when to fight and when not to fight will be victorious. Power isn't about speed. It's about patience. What it really means *. There's a right time to act and a right time to wait. Most people ruin everything by moving too early or too late. How it shows up *. You want to confront someone about something they did. Your emotions are high. You're ready to go. But a strategic mind waits. Waits until emotions cool. Waits until they have leverage. Waits until the other person is receptive. Or in investing, everyone's panicking and selling. The reactive person sells too. The strategic person, they wait. They buy low when everyone else is running scared. The principle *. Timing multiplies effort. The same action at the wrong time fails. At the right time, it changes everything. Learn to feel the moment. Rule 6, Use strength against weakness. Attack where they are unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Don't fight head-on if you don't have to. Find the leverage point. What it really means *. Position beats force. If someone is stronger than you in one area, don't compete there. Find where they're weak and press there. How it shows up *. You're competing for attention online. You're small. The big players have millions of followers. Do you try to out-content them? No. You find the niche they're ignoring. The angle they're not covering. The audience they're neglecting. You dominate that space. The principle *. Smart fighters don't pick fair fights. They pick winnable ones. Find the gap. Exploit it. Rule 7, Win without fighting. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. This is the highest level. The ultimate form of power. What it really means *. If you can achieve your goal without conflict, you've already won. Influence over violence. Negotiation over confrontation. Positioning over combat. How it shows up *. Instead of arguing with someone to change their mind, you create conditions where they naturally arrive at your conclusion. Instead of forcing compliance, you inspire voluntary alignment. Instead of battling for market share, you create such value that customers choose you without comparison. The principle *. The best victories are the ones where no one even realizes they lost. True mastery is invisible. These 7 rules aren't about war. They're about mastery. Mastery over chaos. Over opposition. Over yourself. Sun Tzu understood something most people never will: the battle is won in the mind first. Control your thoughts, and you control the outcome. Which of these rules changed how you see strategy? Drop it in the comments. And if you're ready to train your mind for power, subscribe. Let's build something unstoppable.